Wednesday night softball on Long Island sees a good one from Bill Edwards Stadium. The Florida Vibe take on the New York Rise on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast booth alongside Northwestern great Sydney Suplee. I'm Jon Perez. Sydney, 2 home games, 2 victories for the New York Rise. What's been the secret sauce?
It has to be this home crowd. They've had sold-out stadiums 3 nights in a row.
2-1. That's scalded in the air, deep center field. Back goes Moultrie, looking up, it's gone. A 2-run home run for Ashley Treeweiler. That's her 3rd home run of the year. And the Rise go up 9-1. Going to be back bottom of the 3rd inning, a 2-0 lead for the Florida Vibe. And there are the McCrays. There's Sydney McCray, daughter of Crash Rodney McCray. And, how did Rodney McCray get his nickname Crash? We take it back to 1991 when he was a minor leaguer in the Chicago White Sox organization, crashing right into the wall. That was before everything went viral. That hit all the news outlets, crashing the fence. So, like father, like daughter, we take it to June of 2024. And, of course, a thump against the wall. No crash there, but it's like it runs in the family there, Sydney Suplee.
Clearly, he taught her maybe a few of his mistakes, and she is able to find the wall first before making the catch. But he's just such a competitor. You can see that in the way he was willing to literally run through a wall for his team. Now, you chatted with him a little bit about the play. He said, thank goodness that the wall did break. It saved him a few injuries, but this man's passion goes from playing to now coaching. It's specifically his daughter, who most people don't realize she is still in college. She's going to GCU after this, has 2 more years of eligibility. Now, how she's able to do that is because they're independent teams. These games are considered exhibition games. Otherwise, you only see professional athletes who have finished their collegiate career eligibility-wise.
Which I think could only help the league, at least in the near term, because you can attract some of these players that are looking to play summer ball and keep themselves loose and ready and get you ready for the next level. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2 to McCray.
And I talked to Coach McCray before this game. I said, when you look at Sydney, college is going to feel easy now because she is facing some of the best pitchers to ever play the game. That this is such a great way to prepare yourself with the very best so that when you come back, you feel ready for everything.
Yeah, and she's had a good career so far. Started at Florida Southwestern State before moving over to Grand Canyon. Was a 2nd-team All-NJCAA All-American and 2nd-team All-Southern Conference selection. Hitting .250 on the season. Behind in the count 1-2 and a swing and a miss. And she goes down swinging. 3rd punch-out for Johnson. And there's one away to begin the home half of the 3rd.
Last inning, you mentioned how you felt like Johnson couldn't finish. Well, right there, she does a great job working away and then coming back inside, up and in. It's a much better pitch that's spinning through the zone, allowing her to capitalize on that.
So now 2nd time through the order, Ashley Treeweiler steps up to the plate, grounded out to short. In her first at-bat, attacks the first pitch and slams it down the left field line. That's a fair ball. One hops the wall, and Treeweiler is in at 2nd with a 1-out double.
Treeweiler hitting it on the nose. A perfectly placed ball in terms of how it cuts when it hit left field on the line. She is just so patient before exploding through the ball in that extension. It's a hard play to make for Canetto. And a stand-up double play. A great way to respond after having 1 out and 1 strikeout.
And so now you see Frazier go out there talking to Johnson. He's been a runner at 2nd in every inning so far and probably just trying to get on the same page size-wise. Elizabeth Hightower warming up in the Florida bullpen. And the first pitch dotted on the inside corner to Jenna Laird, strike 1.
And Hightower, we only saw her for a glimpse yesterday, but 3 pitches was all it took for her to get a very needed out to keep her team in the game. And she's somebody who is on our radar, been very effective in the circle.
Driven out to deep center field. Back goes Greenwood, still going back. It's off the wall. Treeweiler rounds 3rd. Here comes the throw, and Treeweiler scores ahead of it. An RBI double for Jenna Laird, and the Rise are on the board. It's 2-1.
think one of the most surprising plays we've seen so far today is how far Alex Honnold was in. And it's just a line shot that goes deep over all the way off the wall, but she had to go all the way back for it. I mean, her back is completely turned. She was playing so in, and that goes to show when you showcase multiple tool athletes, Laird being one of them, she's run through the box so far today, you can really mess with the defense.
Here's Alex Honnold, single to left her first time up. Takes outside, 1-0. Well, Sydney, you know the challenges second and third time through the order. And especially for hot bats like the Rise have, specifically at the top third of their order.
And so far, we have not seen a pitcher on either side that has went past 4 innings. So it's right around the mark, this inning or next inning, that you would almost anticipate a new pitcher coming in.
2-0, 3-0. Honnold looking to pick up her Tiger teammate at second base. And 445 on the season so far with that single and a 4-pitch walk. And so the Rise with 2 women aboard, and that'll bring up McKenna Smith.
This is a time for Johnson to recollect herself after a well-hit ball and then a walk off of her. But so far today, anytime she's got into trouble, she's really been able to respond well.
Smith struck out looking on a filthy off-speed pitch, her first at-bat, and takes high and away, 1-0.
This is a well-timed timeout by Frazier. When you have Smith, who, while she had the strikeout, was so dominant yesterday at the plate. She was aggressive and really executed within each and every at-bat. So this is a really big turning point of the game. If you could capitalize and get this second out, would be really effective. And I'm talking a quality out. Smith most likely puts the ball in play, but how could you get her to miss hit it, pop it up, or a ground ball?
Smith drove in 3 yesterday. Has an opportunity to drive in 3 runs right now with 1 swing of the bat. And then takes an outside corner strike, 1-1.
And for Smith, she is going to see predominantly all outside when she showed that her power zone was on the inner half of the plate yesterday.
First team All Pac-12 selection in 2022. Grounds it to third. Scooped up by Paprata, slings it across the diamond to retire Smith. A productive out as Laird goes to third and Honnold up to second. And there's 2 outs for Lenny Malkin.
Paprata does a great job moving across the field for this out, but I can't lie, I'm a little bit surprised that she never once looked to either tag the runner at third or even look for the double play. However, it didn't seem like Newland was quite there on time, so when in doubt, always get the out, but I think there was an opportunity to turn 2.
Well, Lenny Malkin will try and make Florida pay. Trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, already a run home. And a check swing, and third base umpire Alex Leap said that she went around, strike 1. And this will bring out Mike Scott.
It's an interesting time to call a timeout. It's just right after you throw a strike, but one thing about Mike Scott is he knows this team so well and what these players need. We have heard nothing but rave reviews from his team. Right there, Hightower. She was one of the ones who was giving him his flowers for sure. And what I loved is they called him an angel on earth, really like their second dad. And it's this investment that he's giving in these players emotionally, but also he treats the girls. He treated them to a New York Mets game. They went to the city today. So many of these opportunities are supported by him.
Here's the 0-1 wave and a miss. And when I asked him what he thought about the angel on earth comment, he said, how much did they pay to say that?
A humble guy through and through.
Laird at third, Honnold at second. A 2-1 lead for the Vibe, home half of the 3rd inning. Johnson with the 0-2. Popped up right behind home plate and then clanks off the press box and scatters away. Count stays 0-2.
You can see the people in the stands fighting over who gets the ball. I love the multiple gloves we have here, too, by the fans. Everyone's ready to get in on the action.
You got to bring your glove to the game. No matter where you are, you always have to be prepared. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got her with a changeup. Frazier applies the tag, and the inning is over. But an RBI double by Jenna Laird puts the Rise on the board. Through 3, 2-1 Florida Vibe on the Varsity Media Sports Network.